Afternoon, Justin O'Keefe from Talent Force Recruitment. Continue our mission to help parents who return to work after a career break or simply after more family friendly or flexible roles. Today we're going to deal with a really interesting question, one that we hear repeatedly being brought up at interview stage, and one here we hear that people often kind of struggle with. And the question is, are you overqualified, or simply it's often a recruiter or a company stating we believe this candidate or you are overqualified for the role. So this is a really interesting question, and as we know, people who are returning to work or simply after more flexible or family friendly work arrangements are simply trying to juggle often the Holy Trinity, we would say, of career progression, salary and flexibility, and getting those three synchronized and working together so it can work for them short to medium term. Even long term is a very, very difficult question. And really what the employer or the agency is asking when they ask this question is have you organized your priorities around these three kind of this Holy Trinity, as we would say. So really, if you and put yourself in the employer's position, if you were to hire somebody who's overqualified, what might your concerns be? What would you be worried about if you were to hire someone you perceive as overqualified? And to our mind, you're often asking, will the person be bored? Is my job stimulating enough? Is this a sideways? Is this a lateral or a backwards career step? Will they be looking to leave in 6 months or 12 months or 18 months? When somebody's really starting to get motoring in a job. So there's all these sorts of questions that a company or an employer or even an agent is asking. Now, to our mind, based on the candidates that we speak to, especially the candidates that in the end do extremely well, what they often candidates or companies and agencies don't often understand is that a lot of the people like us that are deliberately targeting jobs at a certain level. It's a deliberate decision, and it's a positive career step. So how do you respond to this? Very, very hard, very challenging. I'm going to talk you through perhaps the best response that we've seen, the one that we've seen candidates use most effectively. This is courtesy of an American website called iRelaunch, who are very similar to what we do. And I suppose the response, everybody's response, needs to be a personal response and needs to be very measured. But there's 3 points that we would suggest hitting. So when you answer this question, the first one is to articulate that your role as a professional and the reason you're taking the job is to deliver excellent results, to deliver good outcomes for the employer, whilst at the same time balancing external non-work commitments. So what you're saying in that first sentence is, I'm a committed professional, at the same time I'm seeking to balance career progression, salary and flexibility. That you get that. The second thing is to say that yes, you could be perceived perhaps as overqualified, but that you're deliberately seeking out this level of seniority, this level of role at this stage, at this point in your life, at this point in your career cycle, in your career trajectory, and this is the sort of role that you're looking for. And the third thing to say is that as a professional, that you feel that you're confident that you can achieve good results and good outcomes and have an impact for the employer at this seniority level. So the question of, are you overqualified? Do you have too much experience for the role is an extremely common one, especially when it comes to flexible roles. It's one worth thinking about and weighing up the three main issues, the career progression, the salary and the flexibility, and demonstrating to the employer that this is something you've deliberately thought through and are ready to engage in. So we hope this helps. Any questions, please shoot me an email, justin@talentforce.ie, or simply give us a call, 01908 1514. We look forward to talking to you and working with you in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.